in nighttime holler off. In a competitive game here at the NBPL, we still have yet to see the red armor. So we'll keep our eyes on that one if we are going to see it. Still never shown up over 2 seasons and a world championship. 7% drop chance hasn't happened. A nice Q here, looking to try and see if they can win themselves this fight here. As GG and XCG are going toe-to-toe. XCG, it's been a horrendous day for them. They started with some of the highest amount of pre-proposed points. They started with the same amount of points as J-Team today. And they have crumbled all day long. 7 points is all they've been able to earn. And it's not getting better for them. It's just getting worse. GD coming in with the third party, though. Kakaishi got that longsword. If you can get that vertical strike off, might be able to get a fair amount of damage off. LXM is able to dodge away on that one, though. If they do put the wind wall up to try and get them away. Actually, also seeing another team joining into the mix. OUG coming in to see if they can get a 4th party off. GG's LXM has been pinned against the wall as in comes the backup, in comes the turnaround. LXM trying to get the Dragon's Rush off. OUG waiting for the perfect moment to strike and pick away a couple of kills as they've got K juggled up in the sky. The King able to finish him up, and OUG, they're last of the fight and they are going to have all of the control over it. They've got Miss Kia on the low ground. They've not got any real grapples to keep a chase up with, though. So they're going to play it nice and calm as Dongxing coming in the area. SS, though, rocking the purple armor already. He's nice and healthy. Kind of a little lacking in the health department, in the weapon department, as EWG pressuring up onto OUG. They're just going to step away. It looks like Jalue takes a little bit of damage in. This fight is just ongoing. It is endless action as all of the teams dropped in Imperial Village. 5 teams are all going to be scrapping it out. JL seeing if there's an opportunity to get involved, but it doesn't look like they're going to have it.
You know what I love about this, Hiprain? Even though so many teams landed here, they only engaged when it was super favorable for them. The second that multiple teams showed up on the flank, they weren't super greedy, they got that first kill, and they immediately started to rotate their team together to make sure they had all eyes on the potential third party. A lot of this time you see in my region in NA and EU, in these positions, teams will not back off. They'll never take their foot on the gas, and they'll overextend in these positions, and everyone ends up just coming out here with in the negative instead of there being like a dominant team coming out where everyone's getting loot and only 1 or 2 teams. Everyone just ends up dying and one team comes out just because so many teams end up overcommitting. And as I say this, XEG popping their ults, they do get the respawn, and they're gonna get Senzi immediately grabbed. They are forced to pop their healing circle because Akurumi did get low with their Yushan. Now Yushan is gonna be forced to pop ult, and Ventus is gonna have to retreat. But who is going to take this after? Ventus is looking a little bit more scaled here, and XCG is gonna have to back off. And Alliance, as I was saying, that is going to be lurking on the outside. XCG is on their last leg. They can't lose anyone, and Yushan doesn't have enough time to pop ult and peel for his teammates, and now Ventus is able to clean up XCG, and the curse continues. XCG is just having such a tough day where even Alliance is beating up on them from the bottom. Now coming up, Ventus as well, usually in the middle, doing super well today at 54 points. Now going into OUG, they want to reclaim their position at the top, keep their momentum going, and this is gonna be a defining factor. Can OUG keep their momentum going, show that they have this resolve, that it's not a fluke, they're not just getting lucky, they are one of the most consistent teams in the league now, and they're matching TE right now with 3 kills and 3 kills. Everyone did land in the north, and there was no one landing on the left side. I believe whoever landed here in the top left had this for free, but all the teams who died in the top right are now rotating over here. And we're seeing GG rotating in, has that cicada ult, and Alliance is forced to ult here with the monk. But this terrain is absolute poopy for Alliance. They have no line of sight to get a good grab here. Even with Kurumi staggering here, it's going to be very hard for Lin to find a grab and find a kill here. GG's doing a great job of kiting in circles here, denying any value from this monk ult. This is straight a worthless ult here. He does ult here for tempo and does regain tempo so that Alliance is able to kind of zone out the other team, take a good fight here. But now they don't have their most powerful ult, and GG still has their most powerful ult, this cicada ult. I'm surprised GG is calling out the back out here. They must have seen something that I didn't, or we're not in at the 23-minute mark. Oh, they did. Ventus is at the top, and they spotted out, and they're just not willing to take this fight. Now, Ventus coming in, gonna chase down Alliance. You will not be able to disengage here. Alliance still has a U-Shot ult, so he's gonna be able to make some space here and peel. I believe the the Monk is getting absolutely destroyed. Lin is able to get a parry. This U-Shot needs to get some slams off. Ventus trying to take down the Monk. Kurumi ult does come down, saving the Monk. Ventus putting pressure non-stop. Lucky's just trying to build up enough ultimate in order to get his Monk back online. Now, this terrain right here, one of the worst terrains to fighting on, and Ventus trying to make it work, pushing Alliance into this corner. Alliance was doing really well. Now everything's snowballing out of control, and GG's gonna come in with his third party. Everyone's falling down this cliff, bodies hitting the ground, Alliance getting annihilated, and now GG coming in with their Takeda ult, mashing Ventus against the wall, doing the same thing back to Ventus. Ventus is zipping, unable to get away, getting absolutely toasted by GG's Takeda. Now Mishka making his way to the top, trying to see where the rest of Ventus' teammates are. They're going to beat Sansa, trying to salvage the situation and gets out of there. Now OUG and TE, the two heavyweights, going at it. Now, it looks like TE's Wuchen port was burned, and now with that Temi ult and Zipping ult, it looks like OUG does have the momentum, but TE with that hard grapple, are they going to able to get away? I did bring this up before. The team with better grapple distance is able to perform this. It's like who has the longer legs, who can get away. And you're seeing the hot pursuit coming from OUG, chasing down TE. TE actually does stop to take a heal. This is super risky. They're not going to be able to get away from here. Leo does pull out the bow to try to slow down any of the grapples, and the Takeda ult does pop out. It looks like TE's going to hold their ground here. Temi ult does pop out. Takeda ult's popping out. Can TE hold the line? OUG wants to claim their top spot. VVV looking to peel for his teammate. Does have his Takeda ult. Shoves to mulch away, but Leo is getting decimated. But the giant ghost comes in, and OUG gets flanked. WBG's coming in with a third party, but OUG against the road. And the fifth party shows up. EWG's here to party as well. Everyone's invited. WBG rolling in, trying to secure the kills on OUG. TE goes left. OUG goes right. The hunted become the hunters. WBG.
That is so rough. That is so goddamn rough,
those
though,
kills, man.
Do you know the worst thing about that? The worst thing about that is the fact that the revives wore off as that fight happened. So there is no revives for those players. You have to go get a charm to go get them up now. Or go try and risk running to the Karen, which is just not going to happen. So that was a real mess up, actually. TE, it looks like they were able to get their player up who got down. So they should be all right. Unless they died just before it wore off. But for the side of OUG, they definitely have lost a player. They are... they're going to be down there zeeping. And they need to find an opportunity to get it. But it's going to be a little bit hard as J-Team get themselves a free Vermilion's Bird's Might. Not really got anybody in the area who's going to be contesting them for anything. So they're just going to move back towards a safer location. J-Team, 0 kills right now. Got to be a little bit scared when the likes of TE and everyone are starting to get some kills. J-Team actually slipped into 6th off the back of how action-packed the beginning of this game is. And it's nice to see my other dark horse, because we talked a lot about OUG having a good day. My other dark horse are doing pretty good. GG, they got 10 kills this game. They've been playing pretty well as JJH got themselves the Vermilion Bird's Might. I assume they got that from their Roma Yang. As Sansi. Oh, Sansi! He's been seen. J-Team, they're going to get themselves a free kill off the back of this one. He tries to blink through the portal, but J-Team stay hot on their heels. Sansi's trying to get away. Not going to be happening. Down they go. J-Team get their first kill of the game, and that is a needed kill for J-Team off the back of this. Lovely no ult zone pop there. Means that Godly is going to be struggling now. Has lost his monk form and means he's way more exposed as Bowder feel comfortable to step up to GG. As soon as I compliment them, I caster curse them. They're crushed, they fall apart, and they lose 2 members. Oh no! No, not like this, Miss Kia. They got two teams chasing onto Miss Kia. Miss Kia is trying to desperately get away, trying to break the line of sight using the area, but there is no escape for Miss Kia. Down they go. GG. It's the BG. They're out.
It happens to the best of us. The caster curse, they end up getting taken down. But this is the question I was asking. Can OUG keep playing super consistently? And this is the way TE played that situation, the fourth, the fifth party, just a festival popping out just to the east of Plume Castle. TE is able to navigate that situation perfectly, and OUG just gets a little too aggressive, and they're being a victim of their own success. They just see a lot of situations going right for them, and in that spot, because there are 5 teams, you just cannot commit in that spot. The second you see that many teams coming in, you have to rotate out and play the positioning game of putting someone else between you and the other team. You don't want to be the meat of the sandwich. You want to be the bread. Now, JL doing a great job executing the enemy team's Takeda, but Wu Chen also doing a great job porting them out, and not only that, porting them out at a good angle where there's not even a pursuit being able to happen. JL, ankles broken, confused, looking left or right. Where did they go? Unable to find them. Now, looking at the leaderboards, though, we got T in the lead with 4 kills, 81.9, and OUG cannot compete. And there's a potential for the last remaining players to go find a res. And, oh my goodness, even though GG did get taken down, Hitbrain, they had 12 kills. As long as they survived, they just needed to play super ready. They could have gotten a giant multiplier, because when TE got that 29-point game, they had 15 kills in a first. If GG just gets to the end game, picks up 3 kills, they can match that same point. Unfortunate for them to be able to survive this mid-game transition. Now, Bauda actually doing well. So the caster curse is working in the different favor. You're saying that Bauda always kind of a disappointment. They got 5 kills this round. They're climbing the leaderboards. There's one more round after this. If they have 2 good rounds, I can see them fighting for that top 5 spot, and that's definitely and really, really unexpected if Bauda is actually able to get up there and compete for a title going into game 2. This is one of the WBGPB.
Yeah.
One of the tricks you can do in this current meta that wasn't really known before in Naraka is using dagger. When you have dagger in these trios and you're using these very, very high rage, high discount builds where you don't have much energy, the jades to the top of your talent tree benefit a lot more to dagger. So when you use other weapons, you feel like a lot of your movements cut down, a lot of your ability to maneuver in the fights cut down. But when you use dagger, it actually feels like a normal weapon, and you're able to maneuver super, super well. And that's why you see a ton of position 1, position 3 players. So that's your entry fragger, that's your support player using dagger. They're able to just maneuver so well going into these fights, especially these really, really aggressive teams. You don't really have that transform ability where you're basically playing another middle game. You are fighting like the vanilla Naraka with like an extra ability. You are going to be sitting out, spacing out, trying to use the best position you can to take advantage of those micro situations between other teams.
Well, it's kind of a cheeky replay of J Team actually taking on TXJ from the side of TE. Get the stun down, and J Team able to get fully locked down. What happened there? They just got melted. Oh, that was horrific for J Team. Lost 2 players. I don't know if they've got revives. I saw they were on the map a minute ago, though, so maybe that was them at the beginning of the game. I can't remember what happened. We'll have a look when we get the scoreboard back up in a moment. JJH, though, looking to get himself a bit of a freebie on this one. There's J-Team. So they are all here as a group, as WBG maybe thinking about jumping into this realm of Yang. Waiting it out. They are going to get themselves in there. All of them are there.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that is going to be JJH versus WBG inside this realm of Yang. No monks to transform as well, so it's gonna get nice and exciting as water
Wait,
gets up into the sky.
There's a monk. It's the Akos monk.
Oh, it's an Akos monk. Okay, so they do have that. All right, let's see how this works out for them. As Jing immediately takes off a little bit of damage there. Godly on the monk, funnily enough, just avoiding away off in the distance. Jing already loses most of his HP, has to pop that ultimate to try and get some damage down, throws down his first F. Sandstorm comes up. Jing's getting absolutely liquefied by the Akos, able to tap dodge away from the leap, dodges on the second one as well, still got 2 charges of his ultimate, only gets 1 off. He's not going to last long. Easily finished up. Godly goes for the transformation just to make sure that there's control. Sleepwalker's grabbed. Gonna go for the second grab. PP's grab, slams down, and that is a really, really easy fight for JJH.
That looked unbeatable. I was saying that in order to counter all of these Takeda Temi comms, this is a very, very unique thing that JJH did, using that Akos Monk Temi. That just worked out perfectly. They drop down the Temi ult, they drop down the Akos ult, and they're able to absolutely bully the Juggernaut. That Takeda, he just gets completely cooked by the Akos in that leaping form, not able to win neutral at all, forced to pop ult, and the second he pops ult, the Tigers go out, and he eats a full 3-piece, just like a Yoda would do in a Yoda Viper comp, except there's this sustained pressure coming out from the extra duration of that ult, where he's able to keep staying in that tiger form and lunging over and over. And with that Temi ult forcing his hand, putting him against the wall, the monk is able to follow up and toss a focus attack to close him out. Usually Takedos are super, super durable within that box hub. Now we're going to get Balda versus WBG. It's going to be key for one of these teams to jump up to the middle. There is a no ult zone. The Bauda Viper able to get a ton of cannon damage against the team. It looks like he has Flame Breath and the bigger AoE Jade, able to put a ton of pressure onto WBG, but WBG's gonna back out and pop their ults, but the V2's coming out. PB cannot make it away, but he's able to line of sight just barely to get that V2 off, able to create some opening, able to save some of his teammates. PB trying to survive here. Where is the teammates? Where is the peel? His team, GS is the peel. That's not even his teammates. Look at his teammates who are completely annihilated. A 4th party and 5th party comes in. GS, TE, smelling blood in the water, but WBG PB able to find a crack in the rocks to hide, to live, to fight another day. Hopefully res, we don't have enough money. But GD also,
he has 2 minutes. He has to get Soul Jade in 2 minutes, and he's on his own. It's over. WBG are out. There's nothing they can do. What they're trying to do is not give points over to any other teams. That's exactly WBG's game plan here. But I mean, it's almost pointless. They're 12th right now. They've got so much work to do coming into the last 7 games of the of the grand finals. We are cutting over the JL here, mopping up EWG nice and easy there. Only 1 player left standing. And Xiaolue being run down by One Feng does have that ultimate up and available to them. JL just going to break line of sight and then just jump straight back up onto Xiaolue. Caught them by the grapple. There is no getting away from this, unfortunately. Now that ultimate is burnt, and Xiaolue will fall to the side of JL. JL do eliminate them and grab themselves their 5th kill of the game. So not a bad standing here for JL. They did win our game number 3. It feels like they've still got some momentum from that prior win, but they're looking to carry forwards. Is cutting over now the J team, who've got PP. They finally find their little freebie kill there, eliminating WBG as J team get their 2nd kill of the game. They've been surprisingly slow in these last 2 games, actually. Not really achieving too much early, and actually looking to play a little bit later into the game. Now, as we're approaching the 10 minutes left on the clock mark, 27 players still left in this lobby. So still a lot to go, a lot of players to go, kind of get taken out, and it's definitely been a very high impact game, very high momentum game, but at the same time it still feels like it's moving at a relatively relaxed pace. I feel like a bunch of these teams probably okay with that. Some of these teams probably want this game to be moving a little bit quicker, get themselves as much kills as possible.
Yeah, it's Holleroth. Even though it's such a big map, there's just nowhere to hide, and I'm really excited to see JJH explore this Monk Akos Temi. I want to see how this does in endgame. Will the other teams, because there's a monk, focus fire them more? The problem when you don't look like the rest of the lobby is it's very easy to pick you off once you get weak. You can't really do a wardrobe change. A lot of what you can do in solos, you see this more prevalent. You can switch weapons. In trios, you kind of just switch positions and put another team in the middle. I call it, you don't want to be monkey in the middle in this situations. You want to just rotate around and constantly have someone in the middle, not you. We're seeing JJH use the cover of these buildings to make it to this end game. This is kind of like a variation of what we saw with the Varia Temi monk, but instead the super buffed Akos being the main offense of it instead of that super strong Varia. That sustain from it has just been doing wonders. This is also right here, you're seeing Ventus able to claim these boxes. Purple armor, gold armor, scaling to the moon, just hitting it big. Actually, 3 armors. Everyone went from blueberries to looking Gucci and rich. We got gold, purple armors. We're super rich. We're set up for endgame. And Ventus, as well as JL, continuing that slow and steady. Winning these tournaments is all about slow and steady wins the race. It's all about consistency, not overextending, and just playing for these end games. You cannot win if you are dead, as I say it. So risking too much and dying instead of disengaging in that early and mid game really shoots you in the foot. And we're seeing JJH really getting it going right here, holding this high ground with the monk ult at hand. I'm really curious to see how their sustain is going to be. Akos kind of plays like Yushan, so I imagine Akos is going to go around, play that position to enforce their positioning, be able to lunge and force all these cicadas out of there while having that sustain duration of the ult to make sure that no matter what, their team is going to be an advantage. Really, really, really cool comp here. Wonder what do you think we should name this hit brand? We got the Monk, Akos, Temi. I feel like this comp could become more popular.
It's got to be Eye of the Tiger, right? Because you got the Eye of the Storm and the Tiger. It's the Eye of the Tiger.
Eye of the Tiger. I like it. I will start calling that composition Eye of the Tiger. I like it.
It's a good. I like this comp as well. It's very, very effective. I mean, Akos is just oppressive. The amount of like the staggering that he does, it almost feels like sometimes it's impossible to move. And there's a lot of damage that comes to that stagger. It's very much like the Takeda, in the same sense. I mean, they feel a very similar role, don't they? In the sense where like they have big stagger that can, really just turn the tides of a fight with just a massive amount of damage that comes out from that big stagger. Then we do start to see a lot of sandstorms kicking up here for TE, as they are just going to move away from all of the surrounding action. Definitely in a bit of a lull in the action the last couple of moments, but I think this circle is going to remain to be a little bit more of a lull. But after this circle breaks, that's when I expect to see the teams really fight. You might see a few teams just go for a kill. This Mora's Blessing may be a bit of a problem. Some teams, especially because of its positioning on the middle of the bridge, it's gonna be very susceptible to getting jumped onto a lot of ability. So they throw the Sandstorm down to make sure that they can grab it. Nice and easy pickup. Golden Swarm in there as well. That's actually really nice for this kind of more ranged phase that we're in. Start to see that Swarm actually put out a lot of work, a lot of damage. Gonna be able to see what they can do with that one. For now, though, I'd see an OUG actually getting himself relatively chunked out by Ventus. Gonna heal up as much as they can, but Ventus really, really geared and scaled, as you'd say. Could be a threat for OUG, but teams, no one's really willing to commit, because if you commit and the fight goes remotely bad, you will just get the whole lobby turned onto you. Doesn't matter if you started the fight. If you get a big hit and lose your armor, everybody swarms. They go to it immediately. So that's something you gotta get your eyes on. We can see the overall scores right now. Honestly, not a massively high scoring game compared to what we've had previously. Mostly because GG have most of the kills. They're 12 kills and they're out of the game.
Yeah, these sight lines here, as you were saying, you will get lobbied here. This plays very much like, almost like traditional FPS. A lot of how all the other shooter battle royales play out. you want to be very considerate of all the angles that you're taking here, and because there's so much terrain elevation here, there's going to be high ground looking down. You don't want to be in the canyon, but because there's multiple high grounds here, every team has a kind of a safe spot, so no one can truly engage here without getting absolutely fried by the rest of the lobby. You're just going to get lasered by all these cannons, crossbows, and are we going to see Ventus going at it? They're putting it all on the line, mashing into J-Team here in the canyon, exactly where you don't want to fight. They're getting shoved in the zone over and over, taking most of the damage from the zone. The zipping ult does come out, able to pick up everyone, and now TE seeing the chance to come in here. They have to pour it out because the amount of range coming down forces them to pour it out, but they're not going to be able to get the heal. JL is at the high ground, not committing to any of it, just raining down cannon fire over and over.
The health is so low. Kakaishi's coming in. He's going to get a big old stun. VVV's going to get caught by it. The question is who they're going to go on to. Get a little bit of a scattered room of attention there, and VVV able to get a kill and get out of that fight. Somehow they're okay. I say that, and then a massive shot lands onto Leo from the cannon fire coming in on the side. Leo heavily chunked out. K also looking for a heal himself. It is carnage down in the pit there. Everyone's taking so much damage. JL's AS getting himself also heavily chunked out. He's going low. He finally goes down. ZK from the side of J-Team secures their third kill of the game. Sandstorm comes out. ZK actually keeping the pressure up onto One Fang. Going to keep the damage down. The knock-up lands onto both of them. J-Team are going to be able to secure both of these kills. Nice and easy. That's one. Here comes the second. That's going to be a lockdown, a finish up, and that is another kill in the pocket of J-Team. Grab themselves for as much healing and good gear as they can. J-Team jumped up the standings a little bit more there with those 5 kills they just tied up for themselves, as VVV and the rest of TE actually jumped down to try and contest J-Team on this low ground, but are going to get forced away for the moment. As you can see, the pit is being evacuated as everybody needs to move up onto the high ground, and that actually means J-Team having a bad move here are going to get chunked out immediately. ZK loses a lot of HP. Eagle's chunked out. He's going to try and find a position, a place where he can heal, as ZK does get himself some health back. Ultimate comes out. Wushen's there. Means J-Team can heal up if they need to. Looks like that is going to be the game plan for them for now, as Eagle getting so much damage off there onto TXJ. Sandstorm comes down as well. OUG able to get himself a kill onto Leo, so TE have lost a player. J-Team gets the scale rush down onto Jinyu. ZK is holding his life for the moment. He's not got that ultimate up available. He's just trying to build the rage as quick as possible, but the health bars are low. Comes in with a vertical strike, misses it. GE secure the kill. Now massive lockdown from Ann is going to come down. J-Team able to break line of sight. No, GK is caught, but he's able to hold on for just a little bit longer. Sandstorm comes out, repositioning once again. Has that ultimate up and running. SS has been caught. The head-to attack secures him the kill. SS goes down, but he loses a teammate for it. Lue gets him blocked back. ZK charging in. Head-to attack again. J-Team are out of the lobby. GS blink back onto the high ground as they've got to take a fight versus OUG. This is GS 100% secure in the win here with the kills. OUG maybe just looking for some vanity kills, but down they go. GS take game number 5.